So Cody and I met at Bold and became accountability partners. Like, has everyone here been to Bold? Yeah. Raise your hand if you've been to Bold.
A lot of people.
Super. So everyone remembers, you get your script, you like say the script 5 times, and then they're like, all right, now go make 50 phone calls in 20 minutes and come back and get the results. But Cody and I continued scripting with each other after that. I'm not even sure how we really became partners with the scripting.
We were on the same Bold team, and I think it was one of those instances where it's like when you're on the playground at school, and you're the last kids to get picked. I was last and he was late, so that's why we're good.
So don't be late, or you get stuck with Cody. So anyway, it ended up working out really well. We've developed some scripts of our own. We've teamed up with other people. I think Jacob has some of my most favorite scripts ever. And yeah, we've continued doing it. Every morning, Monday through Friday, from 9:10 to 9:40, we don't answer our phones because we're scripting with each other. Those 30 minutes, 5 days a week, and we do it because it helps us contribute to each other, which is definitely the Keller Williams culture.
Keeps us accountable.
Yeah, it keeps us accountable. It helps build our, I guess just having that rhythm every day where you do your scripting and then you go make calls. And we want everyone to know that you don't have to be on the same team with someone. I mean, I'm on a team, Cody's independent. I'm in Anchorage.
Eagle River. We don't see each other every day.
I actually
pick up the phone.
I actually like it better that way. I actually don't like this scripting because it's harder to concentrate when you're looking at someone. It's a lot easier when you're on the phone with someone. So anyway, that's just what I like. But we want to show you guys what it was like in case you guys also want to script. And then we're going to have some events coming up in the future that revolve around scripting as well. So when you're in Bold, I think when everyone thinks of scripting, they think of expireds and they think of for sell by owners, but there's a lot more than that. There's scripting that you have with your clients. There's scripting that you have with your friends. There's scripting that you use all the time. It's the tools of our industry. So we wanted to show you a couple of the things, aside from the normal scripts that you may know of, that are a benefit to us. So,
and I think one of the things to keep in mind is, so when he's talking about how many times did you go to Bold?
3 times.
And I went 4 times. And so you hear in Bold, get an accountability partner, get somebody on the phone every day. It's really easy to hear that, and it's really hard to find a person that you can stay accountable to and that's going to be consistent and answer the phone. So I would encourage you, if you have been through Bold and you found that person and they ended up not being the right fit, find somebody else. And if they don't work, find somebody else. Find somebody else. Again, so like you said, we're doing 5 days a week from 30 minutes a day, and that's what you need, whether you want to do it 5 days a week, 3 days a week. It's just the person, I think, is the biggest part.
Yeah, it's just like when you try to go get a loan. If you get turned down, you go to another one. So anyway, yeah, let's get this thing started. So Cody's going to go ahead and call me so we can show you what the scripting is like.
Not going to look at you, though. No. Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Keenan.
Hey, this is Cody calling from Keller Williams.
Click. Did anyone ever have that happen?
You get hung up on? That's all right, because this is what we do. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Keenan, this is Cody with Keller Williams. Sorry about that. I think my phone was messing up and I got disconnected calling about your place over on Pine Street.
Yeah, I heard that cell phones are definitely doing that. You should probably get that looked at.
I probably should. So, Keenan, I've got 2 quick questions for you about your expired listing. Number 1, did you still want to sell it?
Yeah, I really wish that thing would have sold 6 months ago.
Excellent. Number 2, will you be interviewing agents before you put it back on the market?
Cody, I just don't know what we're going to do. I need to talk to my wife, and we need to get that figured out.
Okay, well, Keenan, let me ask you this. If you did sell, where would you be going to?
Yeah, we really just want to go down to Colorado. We love it down there.
Excellent. So what I hear you saying is that if you would have sold the house 6 months ago, you would be in Colorado right now.
Yeah, I wish.
Excellent. Well, Keenan, what I'd like to do is I'd like to set up an appointment with you to talk to you and your wife about what my team and I do differently to get homes sold. Does today at 2 or tomorrow at 4 work better for you?
Yeah, Cody, I think that we're just going to figure it out on our own.
And when you say figure it out on your own, you mean?
I gotta talk to my wife.
You gotta talk to your wife. Okay, well, Keenan, let me ask you this. If it's normally okay with you, is it normally okay with your wife?
Well, of course.
Okay, excellent. So what I'd like to do is set up a time for us to talk either today at 2 or tomorrow at 4, which would be better.
You know, Cody, here's the deal. This is my wife's little brother that was selling the house. I cannot just like invite another realtor into our home. Sorry.
Okay, so you said it's your wife's little brother, and remind me, you said that the house was on the market for 6 months and it did not sell. Is that
That's correct.
Excellent. So what worries me about that is, you know, I think, I hope you don't mind me saying this, one of my clients actually told me this, that doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So, Keenan, I wouldn't feel right if we didn't meet together for about 20 minutes to talk to you about what my team and I do differently to sell homes. Does today at 2 or tomorrow at 4 work better?
Yeah, Cody, you got a point.
Excellent. So can I put you on my schedule for today at 2 or with tomorrow at 4?
2 o'clock sounds great.
Excellent. I will put you down. I'll shoot you over an email with my contact information. I look forward to seeing you and your wife at 2 o'clock.
Including the hang-up, how many objections is that?
Yeah.
4 or 5. Does anybody
5.
ever go for more than 4 or 5 deep with objections in any conversation? No. No.
There's a script for that as well. Hello?
Give it to us.
You know, Philip, I've really been trying to book this appointment for you, and I understand where you're coming from. And you know, I really feel like I've met my match. Have you ever thought about changing industries? Because we're actually hiring right now, and I would love to have some phenomenal talent on our team like you.
I have not thought about it, but that's a fabulous idea. Let's meet tomorrow at 2.
So I'll bring the listing docs.
Give us the next one.
Excellent. So when I mentioned earlier, like, I mean, that was obviously like an expired call or something like that, but what we were trying to illustrate is like, there was a lot of objections there. There was a hang-up script that we use. So there's
it's okay
scripts.
if people hang up on you. Dude, just do that. Just call back.
Yeah, there's scripts within scripts. And when you get comfortable with them, then you can use those tools interchangeably, I guess, as you get more comfortable with them. So the scripts that we use with like other agents could be something like a feedback script. I mean, does anyone here list homes? Jacob, Cody?
A few people.
You got a couple people? And when you list those homes, I'm sure some of you like send emails for feedback or use showing time, and some of you actually call people and get that feedback directly. I know Cody calls and gets feedback. Why don't you send emails or use showing time?
Well, has there ever been a time where maybe if you wouldn't have had a conversation with the showing agent, it might not have resulted in an offer? For example, I've had instances where I've called the buyer's agent to get feedback on my listing. Oh, you know, the buyers really like the house, but they don't like the brass light fixtures. Oh, well, if we change light fixtures, would they write an offer? Yes, excellent. Well, let's talk about what that looks like. Put deals together that might not have happened without that voice-to-voice conversation.
I think someone told me that the conversation is the relationship. I might have heard that somewhere.
Could be. Sounds true.
Wait, yeah, give me a call. Let's get some feedback.
Ring, ring.
Hey, Cody, what's up?
Hey, Keenan. Just wanted to give you a quick call. Number one, thanks for showing my listing over on Main Street, and I just wanted to check in and see if I get some feedback from you.
Okay, remind me which one that was.
It is the one with the 3-car garage, landscape front yard, and the brand new kitchen.
Yeah, that kitchen was nice.
Excellent. So, what did your buyers think about it?
You know, we really like the kitchen, but like a lot of homes in Anchorage, the rest of the home could definitely use some updating. So we're just gonna keep shopping around, find something that's a little bit more updated.
Okay, well let me ask you this, have the buyers written an offer on a different property at this point?
Nope, still shopping.
Excellent. So what I hear you saying is that they like the property, they just did not care for the bathrooms that are not updated.
Yeah, so we're gonna go see some more homes this weekend, hopefully find the one.
Perfect. Well, I'm certain that you're aware that price fixes everything. Keenan, you've been doing this long enough. And let me ask you this, would the buyers buy it for $100,000?
Yeah, of course.
Excellent. Would they buy it for $200,000?
Well, yeah, that's still like 60 cents on the dollar. Of course they would buy it.
For about $250,000?
Yeah.
Cool. So it sounds like we're negotiating. So what I'd like for you to do, Keenan, is go back to your buyers, tell them that you talked to the listing agent, tell them that you shared your concern about the non-updated bathrooms, and that you've already started to negotiate for them. I don't want to see you showing property for the next 3 days. It sounds kind of silly. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would much rather not spend another afternoon showing property. But, you know, I think we're just a little bit too far apart on price, Cody.
Well, Keenan, I can appreciate where you're coming from on that. However, I would urge you to speak with your buyers, tell them exactly what I said, and do whatever you can to get something in writing and put the ball in my court.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. I'll give you a call tomorrow to follow up.
How many deals have you been able to squeeze offers out of? How many agents have you been able to squeeze offers out of like that?
Probably 4 or 5. 4 or 5 that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
So,
What's
couple
the-
minutes on the phone
Exactly.
keeps a buyer's agent from spending an entire another afternoon. I mean, I'm more buyer heavy, and I know that like, I'll tell my buyers like, no, we're not gonna write an offer that's 20% below market value. Here's the TMO, we're not gonna do it.
Right.
But I think that starting that conversation of negotiations on a property by having an offer in writing, and let the agents go to work for their clients and see if they can work something out.
And you're telling them too, as a listing agent, it's okay if you send me a low offer. We're not emotional. I'm not gonna be emotional about it. I'm not gonna get upset. Just send it to me.
What's the worst thing that could possibly happen about having that conversation with the buyer's agent?
They say no.
They could say no.
Nothing happens.
Nothing
That would be
happens.
hard.
That never happens in our business.
Right.
You know, a lot of buyer's agents still do say
They
no.
do.
But you know, just like when you make your calls in the morning, a lot of those prospects say no as well, but we don't stop making those calls.
Right.
I went to the gym that day. I lifted that weight. I'm not huge.
Yeah,
Weightlifting is dumb.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if that's what we're saying. Right?
Well, I mean,
Right.
it's like you're saying, you know, there's just too much dirt mixed in with that gold.
Exactly. I'm not interested.
Right.
Not
You're
interested.
right.
Nothing bad happens if you have that conversation.
I think we got a few more minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so does anyone have any favorite objections? Does anyone want to throw something out and see if we can overcome them? You know, some of the, I mean, my favorite script is like Jacob's like, hey man, I really like what you have to say. I'd love for you to list my property, but this guy said he could do it for 5%. How about you just do it for 5%, Jacob?
I'm not the one up there.
I just wanted to give you a moment to shine. Yeah, it's a really easy script. No.
No.
Exactly. No.
So, who has some objections that they want to throw out for us?
Worst case scenario that they're dealing with this week. Who's got a buyer or seller that they have to have a conversation with that they are dreading this week? What do you got?
I have a buyer that just wants to see everything on the market,
Got it.
and they're just not settling on anything.
You're the buyer who wants to see everything. Who's their agent?
This guy right here.
You're the buyer's
Buyer's
agent
buyer's
with a
agent.
client who wants to see everything. Where are we in this conversation?
Yeah.
So where are we meeting? What stage are we at with this
So
conversation?
we've seen 12 homes.
Okay.
Mr. Buyer,
Okay.
which one do you want to go with? Oh, we're not in a huge rush. No.
Got it. So you're calling the buyer for feedback having seen 12 already,
Mhm.
and they're gonna wanna see more.
Yeah.
That's what you're worried about?
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine this conversation would take place at the end of the 12th showing, which is like the 3rd time out. So, hey Chan, you remember when we sat down that buyer's consultation?
Yeah.
And you remember I told you I was going to find you the best home based on your wants, needs, and desires, right?
Yeah.
So here we are, we'll take a look at the total market overview. There's 36 homes in your price range. Unless you want to buy a home that's significantly cheaper, but we know that's going to go further away from your wants, needs, and desires. So in your price range, there's 36 homes. We have seen 30% of those homes, and you remember I told you there's probably only a handful of homes that actually meet your criteria. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so have I shown you the best homes on the market based on your criteria?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen a few homes that I like. Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the first time we were out. I went and checked those listings. The home that you like the best over on Main Street is actually still available. But I remember you had a couple holdups on that. At what price would that property be a win for you? Because right now it's the closest that we've got. So let's go ahead and make an offer and see if we can negotiate a win-win on that.
Well, let me think about it just a day.
Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be ready to make an offer, correct?
Possibly. I just want to see like one last time if there's anything else out there.
Okay, so unless something comes up tomorrow, we're going to be able to write an offer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because you still do want to own a home, right?
Yeah. We're just not in a huge rush.
Okay, excellent. So tomorrow, unless something else comes on the market, we're going to go ahead and write an offer, and we're going to negotiate a win-win based on that.
Okay, that works.
That sound like a plan? Great.
2 objections. Didn't even come close to 5. And the only objection was scheduling the appointment to write the offer.
Okay. And you don't really, if I had someone that wanted to see 12 homes and still was non-committal, I would probably
Another
say,
buyer consultation.
yeah, you know what? I have someone who I think is probably better suited for you, and I would probably refer them out to someone else. I just like to deal with highly motivated people.
Can I give you mine?
Mm-hmm.
Jenna and I got to apologize.
Okay. Why?
Because clearly I've not done my job in helping you find a house. Right? Because when we got together the first time at our buyer's consultation, we said the best homes always sell quickly because, well, they're the best, right? And I said that most of the time my clients find the house they want to buy in the first 4 or 5, maybe 6 that they look at. And the reason is pretty straightforward, right? Because if I ask you great questions and you tell me the truth, and I know you do, right? And I listen to your answer, I should be able to find the house that best fits your needs based on the available inventory pretty early. And so somewhere that's broken down. Either I've not asked great questions or I've not listened to your answers. So before we go and look at anything else, here's what I'd like to do. Why don't we meet in my office? We're going to start again. We're going to go through the haves, wants, needs lists and have that conversation again, because clearly I don't have the right information in order to help you get where you want to go. Does tomorrow morning at 9 work?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that? If there are 12 houses into a shopping tour, something's gone wrong. And it is probably your fault, in the sense that you've either not asked the right questions or you've not heard what their answer is. Now, not asking the right questions might be helping somebody who isn't deciding figure out what they really want and need.
I like it.
Cool. Anyway, anything else? Any other scenarios we're going to run through?
I think finishing up on time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is the key in your script practice? What has the key been? We know that finding the right partner is probably the first and most important thing.
We choose a script that we want to focus on, and
We do that at the beginning of the week. So on Sunday we decide
Yeah.
this is what we're going to work on this week. And then we're not wasting time. It starts on time, it ends on time, it's on the schedule. If I walk into my office and for some reason something crazy has happened and it's 9:20 and I'm not on the phone with Keenan, Josh is asking me, why aren't you scripting? Is Keenan okay?
Yeah, and a lot of times those phone calls start off with like,
We're going right into
depending
it.
on who's calling who. Yeah, it's not like we're going, hey, how's your morning going?
Nope, there's none of that. Nope. And so it's purposeful, it's intentional, it's on the calendar, and it's scheduled. And that doesn't mean if you guys want to pick up and start doing scripting, it doesn't mean you have to do it 5 days a week. That works for us. Even if you do it 2 days a week, it's better than not doing it at all. Yes, Jacob.
What are the top 2 or 3 objections that you guys get?
What are the top 2 or 3? I would say, I'm going to list with the same agent, because I do a lot of expired listings. I'm going to list with the same agent. Probably I have to ask my wife or my husband. And probably the third one is, I don't know if I even want to interview. I'm probably just going to leave it off the market for a while. it's nothing that we haven't talked about in Bold. It's nothing that we haven't talked about in Ignite. It's just practice and the more you do it, the more confident you get. The idea is that you are so well versed in the script that when that person on the other end of the phone is talking to you, you don't have to formulate your response. You can spend your time listening to that person and better serve them. That's how you book appointments.
And that's the goal, booking the appointment.
That's
It seems like everyone thinks that like we sell properties for like 2% commissions like everywhere.
Yeah.
So I've really enjoyed not reducing my commission down.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the clients that we have, we tend to get the same clients over and over again. They're like, oh man, I'm gonna do 5 properties with you this year. Cut me a deal. No, getting them sold really quickly. Like that is the deal.
I just heard a funny thing. It was hilarious. It was Jeff Stanford, or last to say anything, talking about he had a surgeon, orthopedic surgeon that forced him to reduce his origination fee to 0. So he just had his shoulder redone. And he asked the guys, like, do you mind waiving the fee for the surgery?
Yeah.
And actually, the guy did take about half of it off.
Wow.
His shoulder. It's for sure, yeah.
But back to Shannon's objection, one of the better scripts that Cody and I developed is like the Ben Kinney listing script, but with buyers. Does everyone know the Ben Kinney listing script? Really short. Is there anything else other than price that we need to discuss before filling out these listing documents?
That's it.
I
That's
love
the
it.
presentation.
With your buyers, is there anything else that we need to discuss before we start writing offers? Excellent. I mean, but getting away from showing them too many properties, I think that a lot of that is done in the beginning in your consultation.
Other questions? Find a great partner, script consistently, plan ahead.
That's it. There's no secret sauce.
And if you're not scripting now, 1 day a week is 100% more script practice than what you're doing. Cool.
It's true.
Round of applause for these guys. Fabulous. In case you're actually ever looking for scripting materials, just a couple of resources. Number 1, the Ignite script book. If you go to KWU or KW Connect and find the Ignite materials, that's 65 pages of basic Ignite script. Basic as in handles almost everything you will run into in a real estate transaction. There are 3 separate KWU courses, the scripts catalogs. These are each about 250 pages long, working with buyers, working with sellers, and lead gen. Just go to KW Connect and type in KW Scripts Catalog. All 3 of those courses will pop up. That's just a screenshot from KWU. And if you have not watched it, this, if I can find it, this is a video from Family Reunion 2017. So you can find it on KW Connect at Family Reunion 2017 Tony DeCello, or simply type Scripts Simplified. And it's the scripting masterclass that Tony was the panel host for, and it's a series of script conversations around like a script battle. And that's from Family Reunion in New Orleans last year, or in wherever it was this year. 2017 Vegas, thank you. Yeah.
So what Philip's trying to say is you're in a room full of people that came and listened to the same dialogue.
Correct.
Here's everything you need. Why would you not start scripting tomorrow?
There we go. And we'll finish on that. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.
Thank you.